This is unbelievable, Eagles fans. Right in the middle of the most anticipated week, when everyone was only planning for the next matchup, 3 unexpected moves exploded behind the scenes in the NFL and put Philadelphia in the spotlight. What seemed like just another normal preparation for the game turned into a storm of rumors, stories, and possible trades that could completely change the season's narrative. I got exclusive, steamy details that haven't yet appeared on the major portals. But before I tell you everything, if you truly wear this jersey with pride, like it, activate the bell, and subscribe to the channel, because what I'm about to tell you now will touch the hearts of the fans. A.J. Brown, since joining the Philadelphia Eagles in 2022, has been a key player in the team's success. With 2 consecutive seasons surpassing 1,400 receiving yards, he has established himself as one of the most dominant wide receivers in the NFL. His presence in the Eagles' offense is undeniable, and his chemistry with Jalen Hurts seems unbeatable. However, after a quiet start to this season, in which he only had 1 reception in his debut, rumors have begun to gain momentum. And, as always, speculation surrounding star players generates debate. And one of the hottest comes from FOX Sports' Colin Cowherd, who dropped a bombshell. A.J. Brown could be traded to the New England Patriots. Cowherd, with his bold vision and provocative style, stated that a trade involving the wide receiver to the Patriots could be more than just a possibility. He suggested that the transaction could happen soon, considering the current context of both teams. The Patriots, who are looking for immediate reinforcements in offense, could see Brown as the missing piece to boost their passing game. And with the track record of Bill Belichick, one of the greatest strategists in NFL history, it wouldn't be surprising to see the New England franchise attempting a bold move to acquire a high-caliber player. What's truly striking is the timing of this rumor. The Eagles, fresh off their Super Bowl win, are at the height of their quest for more titles. With a talented team and a star-studded offense, losing A.J. Brown would be unthinkable, especially when he's still in his prime and plays a vital role in Philadelphia's offensive scheme. In recent games, the Eagles appear to have placed more emphasis on the running game, which may have diminished Brown's receptions. But will that be enough to justify a trade? Cowherd's biggest concern is precisely this change in the Eagles' style of play. If Philadelphia began to give more space to the running game, it could directly affect Brown's impact on the team. For the former Titans receiver, who, having become one of the league's top defensive weapons, this adaptation may not be ideal. Therefore, according to Cowherd, this could open the door for the Patriots, who, with their need for a big name to strengthen their offense, could seek out A.J. Brown as the perfect target. However, we must also consider the reality that a trade of this size involving a player as impactful as A.J. Brown is not easy to execute. Coach Nick Sirianni and general manager Howie Roseman have a history of making decisions that balance both immediate needs and long-term planning. Losing Brown would be a heavy blow to the Eagles, not only because of his quality on the field, but also because of his importance within the locker room, and especially because of the bond he has already established with Hurts. The chemistry between the two, which has been a cornerstone of Philadelphia's offense, is something that would naturally be replaced without causing a significant impact. So, would the Eagles really consider trading one of their best players in the prime of his career? The fact that the Patriots would be particular about a player like Brown is not, it's a surprise, but in practice, a deal of this magnitude involves many factors. For the Eagles, losing Brown now could be too risky a move, especially considering they're building their season with the goal of winning more championships. And if the rumors about A.J. Brown are already stirring up fans, the concern grows even more as injuries start to knock on the Eagles' offense's door. The season is just beginning, but it's already being marred by injuries that are worrying both the coaching staff and fans. Tight end Dallas Goedert, a key player in the Eagles' offense, is dealing with a knee sprain, and his participation in the upcoming game against the Kansas City Chiefs is in doubt. This could be a fatal blow to the team's passing game, which already lacks the full impact of A.J. Brown. Furthermore, running back Will Shipley, a key player in the offense, has also been injured and is expected to be out for up to 2 months. If Goedert is unable to play, the next in line to replace him will be Grant Calcaterra. While Calcaterra performed well in 2024, his pass-blocking ability still leaves much to be desired, which could complicate the Eagles' offensive dynamics. The loss of Goedert would be a significant blow, not only for his pass-catching ability, but also for his ability to open up space for the running game. The injury situation is becoming increasingly worrying for Philadelphia's senior team, and a loss to the Chiefs could be a real nightmare. But the problems don't end there. In addition to the offensive losses, the defense is also in question, with a big-name player emerging on Philadelphia's radar. The Philadelphia Eagles defense is already considered one of the most formidable in the NFL, but as with any elite defense, there's always room for improvement. And in the case of one of the most critical aspects of any defense, the secondary, the Eagles may be targeting a key addition, Cleveland Browns cornerback Denzel Ward. Speculation speculation about a potential trade involving Ward has begun to gain momentum, especially after Adoree Jackson's underwhelming performance, who struggled in his debut against the Dallas Cowboys. The question is, would the Eagles be interested in investing in the talented cornerback, and how would that impact the team's defense? Drafted 4th overall in the 2018 draft, Denzel Ward has quickly established himself as one of the most respected cornerbacks in the league. His impressive career includes 4 Pro Bowl selections and remarkable stats, including leading the NFL in passes defended in 2024. Ward's ability to cover the league's best wide receivers is an asset few players at the position can boast. His speed, agility, and reading of the game make him a constant presence in the opposing passing game, making him a valuable asset to any defense. However, Ward's future with the Cleveland Browns is in doubt. If the Browns have a season that underperforms and find themselves out of the playoff race, a trade involving Ward cannot be ruled out. The Cleveland Browns, like many NFL teams, could opt for a strategic trade to focus on the future and reduce the impact on the salary cap. In this scenario, the Eagles would be a natural team to mention, as they are constantly looking to bolster their defense, which is already one of the best in the league, but could benefit from the addition of another elite cornerback. The Eagles' defense already boasts names like Darius Slay and James Bradbury, but adding Denzel Ward to the mix would certainly make the secondary even more fearsome. The chemistry between the cornerbacks, their speed, and coverage ability, combined with Philadelphia's solid defensive line and pass rush, would create an even more difficult defensive system to overcome. However, there are considerable challenges to overcome for a trade to materialize. First, there's a financial impact. Ward, with his Pro Bowler status, commands a substantial salary, and the Eagles' salary structure, already burdened with several star contracts, would make moving a player with that profile somewhat more complex. The trade would need to be carefully planned to avoid salary cap complications. Furthermore, Ward has a history of injuries, which is always a concern when trading for a high-profile player. While the idea of Ward joining the Eagles is exciting for many fans, the reality of a trade involves many factors, such as the financial impact, the injury history, and the international negotiations that would need to be made between the Browns and the Eagles. It's unusual for teams to trade an elite cornerback, especially one with many years left in his career, without special compensation. For the Eagles, the question would be, is the risk worth it, given the opportunity to develop the secondary and continue building an unbeatable defense? Furthermore, a trade with the Browns would depend on how Cleveland handles Ward's future. If the Browns opt to keep Ward, or if the cornerback decides to continue his career in Cleveland, this trade will never happen. However, if an Ohio team were to decide to rebuild and look for future assets, the Eagles would certainly be among the best positioned teams to pursue such a reinforcement, given their status and the need for an elite cornerback. Super Bowl this season? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Eagles news.